Hey everybody, it's Mary. I'm here in my Canvas course at learn.maricopa.edu so that I can show you a little bit about pages. You are probably at that stage of the game where you're just starting to get into Canvas, not quite ready with all the terminology and what's the difference between pages, files, all this other stuff. You may have watched the video where I went over a little terminology, but the focus of this demo is just to show you some places where I have used pages, and maybe it'll give you ideas of how you can use pages. You certainly don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but maybe seeing some of the elements that you can include in the pages would give you ideas about where it could be useful for you in your courses. So I'm actually here on one of my live spring classes, and this landing page, this is what a student would see as soon as they get into my class. It's, of course, a page. I decided that I did not want to have just the activity stream. I wanted something that as soon as the student landed, they could get some information about the course. And to me, that's mostly what pages are for. It's something that doesn't have a due date to it necessarily, otherwise I'd make it an assignment. I mean, it's a page that contains other elements. And here you can see that I was able to use the rich content editor for this home page. I can put a title on it. I can include media. I'll show you something more sophisticated than a picture later, but I was able to grab picture from Creative Commons. You can put text, you can put a link. So I included a link here to a getting started page, which is another one of my pages. It's just something informational. For my students, it's getting started. On the page, I was able also to include a document. So the student can go to this page and they can get informational documents as well as a little bit of overview information. I can link to other pages, as you saw, and this really is the kickoff page to one of my modules. In fact, I start pretty much every module with an informational page. This looks a little bit different than how the student would see it. They would see the whole video here. I've kind of got it in a frame because I'm the instructor and it allows me to edit. But anyway, I can certainly have, again, a page that has media in it, like a video for my students to watch of how to get around the course. And then let me show you just one more example, if I go to my modules, of a typical kind of a page that I would build for my students, which is at the beginning of every section of material. Every section of material, I've created an informational overview page for that particular section. And I always include an image or a comic or something that has to do with the material in that section. Then I have my list of learning objectives. So this is your overview of the section, what you should expect to learn and walk away with from this section. So I have one of those starting every new section of material that I have. So primarily that's how I use pages for my actual classes, is informational things where I want to give an interview or I want to give resources and link to other pages or something like that. Certainly in this course that you are taking, the faculty training course, let me move to that for just a second. I've used many, many more pages because I'm not giving you guys assignments. This is self-paced. You're walking yourself through a lot of information, so I use a lot of pages in the modules, as you have seen. Anytime I have this little page icon, it's because I have given you a page of information for you to use. And that information, again, can include images or links out to other resource sites or links to other items within your Canvas course. So that's really my take on pages and where I tend to use them, that they are largely informational. If you wanted to embed an assignment inside a page, you can do that. But you would set the due date on that separately. It's not the page that would have any kind of a due date. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea how pages can be used. They can contain other elements that help guide your students through your course.